I'm with John McKinney, who's from the Hill Rise Allotment Association in St Ives, and is part of the group that runs the allotment show here in St Ives every year, the produce show. John, what makes this show so special this year?
Hi Matthew. Well, there are two things that make this show special this year. Firstly, we've got 617 exhibits. That's 140 more than last year, and since we restarted the show 4 years ago, we've increased by 100. This year was 250, so we've got the most we've ever had this year. Secondly, it's 100 years since the 1913 show, and that show, held on a July day in Warnes Park in St Ives, was the last show before World War I commenced. We have a number of people who took part in that show as exhibitors or organisers who were directly affected by World War I. Most of them had sons killed in the First World War, and in fact one exhibitor was himself killed. So we have a display here which tells something about their story, about the individuals, and that's why we've made the 2013 theme something about 100 years ago.
And there's as you were just saying there, there's a real sense that owning an allotment and growing your own vegetables has really taken off in the last few years. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, I think people are more aware of green issues over the last decade or so. One of those things is that they've gone out and either grown things in their back garden or have taken on an allotment. TV shows have caught onto it and have encouraged people. I think when people get out onto their allotment, they find that getting out into the outdoors is great. Seeing vegetables grow from seed is very productive. It's not about saving money necessarily, it's about enjoyment, getting out in the sunshine. It's about getting the tastiest vegetables you can get, particularly tomatoes for instance.
And how do you think you've done this year in the show?
Well, fantastic, of course. I mean, I've got about 20 exhibits in. I don't really have time to put them anymore because we're too busy organising the show. It's not about necessarily winning big prizes. It's about putting in a bit of effort to display your exhibit as best you can, coming here in the morning and putting it on the table with your card, coming back at 1 o'clock when the show opens to see how you've done. Have you got first, second or third? How have other people done? Coming for the refreshments, the cakes and the homemade and the teas, homemade cakes. Prize giving at 4 o'clock, see who's won the prizes. 4:30 we have an auction, so it's a mad melly of auction where people donate their exhibits and we auction those off.
So it's a great community event, and if somebody wants to get an allotment, what do they have to do?
Contact St Ives Town Council. There's a small waiting list at the moment. Rents become due in October, so there will be some allotments come through then. So you get your name on the list with the Town Council.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Matthew.
And of course I did Okay. Hi there. I'm with Paul and Kathy, who are two of the judges at the produce show this year in St Ives, who are judging the beer and the wine section. Some might say this is actually the best job, but I think people take it quite seriously, don't they, Paul?
Well, it is quite a hard job, really. We are looking for quite a few things that we're looking at here. I mean, the first thing to do is to have a good look, assessing the appearance, assessing the clarity, the colour. That's lovely and clear, and it's got a fantastic colour, really. Red colour, brown colour, chestnut. It's chestnut colour, really, isn't it? It's a homebrewed mild ale. That really is a perfect colour for a mild. And then we're looking for the aroma, looking for malt features in a mild, not too much hop in a mild. You wouldn't expect that, but there is some malt in that.
Fantastic. That's
and
absolutely
tasting
brilliant.
it,
There's,
some malt and fruit.
well, and some roast. I mean,
Roast.
what's giving the colour to it is the roast aspect of the barley. It's just, and it's lovely and dry as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And is there always a temptation to actually drink more Kathy than...
Well, if it's really good, you do have to go back and try just a little bit more to be completely sure. I'm sure people think that there's a lot more to wine tasting than beer tasting, but actually beer is incredibly complex and there are a lot of things to take into consideration. And as much in that, beer is a real social drink, and something like a good low gravity mild, you want to be considering not only does it taste really good, but will I want to have a couple of pints of it down the pub with my friends? It's a real good social beverage.
And have you ever seen a beer or wine where you thought, actually, I'm not going to try that, or it's been so bad that
Yeah, the first assessments, as Paul said, is the appearance and then the aroma. And, you look at the appearance and you think, oh, slightly cloudy, okay, maybe that's not too bad. And then the aroma says, actually, no. The way it's presented and the way the first impressions, that's the invitation to treat with any sort of drink, isn't it? And so that when you first put your nose in, if it says, no, I'm not particularly appealing, then you don't even think about taking a taste. Luckily, this year, everything has, well, as you can see by the levels on the bottles, we've had a jolly good go.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.